I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the result. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who be caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your number one Chief Rock Knicks Universal main man, Uncle Freezy, and welcome to the Knicks at Night podcast. Man, I'm usually not super excited after a loss, but I'm super excited after this loss. I know y'all can't tell. Like, you don't look like it, Uncle Freezy. You look like you mad. Nah, not really. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I am frustrated, but I'm not mad. Should you guys be mad? No, probably not. Would I understand if you're frustrated? Absolutely. Absolutely. I can understand. Undios is in the building. Just Knicks is in the building. Salute. Virtuoso is in the building. Salute, salute. Yeah, I'm not mad, y'all. I'm not mad. Am I frustrated? Okay, so to be honest, do I think the Pacers beat us, or do I think the Knicks lost? I'm gonna ask you guys. Do you think the Pacers beat us, or do you think the Knicks lost? Be honest. Be honest. Be honest. Did the Pacers beat us? Did the Pacers beat the Knicks, or did the Knicks lose? Be honest. You can be honest with me. You can be honest with me, man. Cowboy Bob is in the building. Let me do this real quick for the guys, so the guys can jump up here. And before I give my opinion on it, I just want to get feedback from the guys. So when the guys get up here, man, they'll tell you what they thought, and I'll try to get them to explain why they feel the way that they feel. Mets is in the building. Salute.
Okay.
It seems like I just saw you, bro.
Well, any case, what I think happened, a combination of various things, but ultimately, in my view, the Knicks beat themselves with Brunson spending most of the fourth quarter going into ball hawk mode instead of leaving it in the hands of the hot guys. missed shots, missed calls, and getting away from our defensive setup. Those are the four things I think killed us tonight.
Okay. Okay.
I mean,
in what instances?
anytime Brunson tried to basically force the ball, when he knew he was on a bad foot and his shot was basically going off angle the whole night. It was like he didn't want to give up that ball. It was like, no, I'm the hero. I gotta carry the burden with Randall out. I'm not gonna put it on someone who I feel I can't trust, even if it's one of my own brethren in Josh or Dante.
Okay. Okay.
That's how I saw it.
Okay.
And it was one of the main reasons the team was held to 16 points in the final quarter.
Right. Yeah.
That's my main beef with Brunson when he gets like that. I mean, sure, hero ball he can do, but as a trade-off, like Thibodeau, he gets tunnel vision that he has to be the one to carry the whole burden. A good leader relies on others for help and asks them for help. That kind of mindset where he thinks he has to do it alone without asking for help is childish. True or false?
Right. Right. No, I feel you. I feel you on that. Were there other instances too? Were there instances where you saw Brunson maybe looking for help and the Knicks were not, other teammates were not in position to help him?
Well, there was that too, but to me, the big issue was Brunson himself trying to force everything up. I mean, if I could go back to an anime example, one that's about to go belly up because of the company basically dying in a few days because of financial issue, Warner cutting the financial tie. Ruby, the titular leader of her team, because of her young naivete, she believed that as the leader of her squad, she couldn't ask anyone for help. And the rest of her team, one of the members, including her own half sister, basically threw their burdens onto her.
Right. 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 No doubt. No doubt. No
That's
doubt.
bad.
No,
That's bad camaraderie and bad leadership going both ways.
right. No, I feel you. I feel you. Cowboy Bob, what's good, bro? Cowboy Bob had a lot of stuff to say, bro. I ain't gonna lie. During the game, bro, Mets and I and others couldn't even get a word in edgewise because Cowboy Bob had so much to say. I don't know if he was frustrated. I don't know if you were frustrated, but I knew watching the game, you had a lot to say about a lot of stuff, bro. You still feel that way?
I kind of do, but I learned to get over it because it's like, I guess when I explain things, I go too far into it to where it overextends my point. Like, like instead of me saying one simple thing, I might say it a different way to where it sounds like, I'm reaching. But in actuality,
Honestly, I thought you were passionate about 3 or 4 things.
yeah.
And some of that passion may be, when we watching the game, bro, we just like, hey, Cowboy Bob, could you just let us watch the game a little bit, bro? Instead of filibustering, like filibustering about a certain thing, and then you filibuster like 4 times and during the 4th game, we like, Cowboy Bob, let us enjoy the game.
I mean, it's like dealing with that overly erratic, chatty partner that you can't get to keep quiet at times, Bob. No offense.
That's what I was trying to say. Like, I know I have that tendency. So, yeah, I think I got most of it out.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
And I can't stay on too long tonight anyway. I'm going to get to bed soon.
Yeah, me too, man. I'm not hanging out all night, bro.
Yeah,
but all night, man. I'm just
one other thing I'm starting to witness, if I may ask. I mean, you look at the other 2 versus 3/6 series, Minnesota and Denver. Is it me, or are we seeing a parity in terms of court advantage? First 2 games in Minnesota, Denver went to the road team. Third game's about to go to the home team. And all 3 games in the Nick Pacer series so far have gone to the home team.
Yeah.
Or rather,
Probably.
all 3 games in the Minnesota Denver series have gone to the road team.
Probably.
Are we seeing some sort of parity, or is it just me?
I don't know.
I
I
don't
can't
know. I
even.
don't know either.
I was just gonna say real quick though, but tonight it was gut punch loss, but we still showed that we had the potential to win, even when Brunson hit that 3. Crazy turnovers. What I didn't like about it was Josh Hart's layup that he had was a goaltend. They didn't even call that, or even called any of the fouls that happened to Hart, even when he was getting thrown to the floor.
And the bad goaltend call that wasn't even going to hit the rim.
Yeah, Dante did really well. Outside of that, it's like I don't know what's going on because the assist wasn't there tonight. We were shooting amazing from 3-point. Like Dante shot 63% from 3, 7 for 11. And then you also even look at like Brunson. Yeah, he missed 3 free throws, but it's like, what are we doing? We had the game and we just let it slip out. And we let basic basketball just beat us. Like they started getting more offensive boards in the fourth quarters. Like we were doing so good in the third quarter that like even when we were looking at it, we came back in the third, we started doing well, and then it looked like we were gassed, but we weren't. We were just missed opportunities and creating turnovers for them. Like 2 or 3, like not even after the Hart layup where he got blocked. After that, we had created 2 other turnovers. One of them was by Brunson and one of them was by Dante. Like I was like, what are we doing? So
True.
if we cleaned up, we would have had kept the lead and we would have kept it to where we would have been able to actually win, or at least kept it closer than them actually getting 5 points. Because that 3-pointer that Neesmith pulled in the on the wing, that was just like out of like a Hail Mary. That was to be expected, but had we actually not turned over the ball twice before, we would have had anywhere from a 2 to a 4-point lead, to where it still would have been a close enough game. And all we had to do was come down, score within, like, even on Cedric, come down, score with 16 seconds left, real quick, tie the game up. I have a 3-point lead, foul them right there, and let them go to the line. Like that game plan, that's what I thought we would have did. But that's what I said. It made perfect sense to come down, even after he made the 3. It still made perfect sense. But then it's like, again, we've been talking about it throughout the season, lack of communication. Who does this fall on? Does it fall on Tibbs, even though he did a lot of good rotation?
It's more on Brunson in this case to me. The fact that, again, as I mentioned, he's forcibly putting the burden on himself instead of lightening his own load by sharing the load. A good leader lays his burdens bare to his comrades on the table, and then the comrades, in turn, help him carry that load. What does that Village People song, the YMCA song, go? No man does it all by himself.
Right.
And at times that's what it feels like to me with Brunson. He tries to do everything by himself.
Right. For this game.
Yeah, this game was a big case in point. Point to that.
Yeah. Yeah. Cowboy Bob, how you feel about the rest of the game though? From the entire game, the 48 minutes. Do you think the game was played perfectly or in our favor for 47 minutes? Or do you think there were other parts of the game that we probably could have played better?
We could have rebounded better. We could have. I don't know how they were just getting so many second chance opportunities.
We were small. You talking about late in the game? Late in the game when they kept grabbing?
No, I'm talking about earlier. I'm talking about earlier, like early in the game, because even before the half, Hartenstein had 1 rebound. Like I remember us talking about that. Like we were like, "What's going on?" Like we wasn't rebounding, and we had our guys in. So for me, it was like we wasn't rebounding, and then we wasn't creating our second chance opportunities. Like we would get a steal, miss a shot, won't get the rebound, but then have to come back down court and then play defense.
Okay.
Like that to me was just like it just looked sloppy early on.
Okay.
Agreed.
But like I said, the third quarter, I'm giving Tibbs the credit because the switches that, like I kept saying earlier, the reason why Halliburton was getting advantages is when he would do the pick and roll. You would see Dante stay with Smith. I keep saying Nesmith. Thank you. No, but it's not him. It was the son. I keep remembering. For some reason, I keep getting Nesmith mixed up with with Turner. Like Turner will come up for a pick and roll, set the screen for Halliburton, and then he'll go down and stay with Turner or Ness or the bigger man who set the screen, as opposed to trying to get back to Halliburton. And Halliburton would take advantage of the mismatch. And you saw it throughout the whole game. He would either get the assist or he would score the bucket. And to me, that's where I was saying earlier. We were winning the first game because he didn't allow that. He only gave Halliburton 6 points. Then the last game kind of slipped away from it, but then they were switching more to where he had to play more defense. Now Dante, now you see it again in game 3 to where it actually went to their advantage. That's one of the things we need to clean up. Like actually stick with that. And also on the offensive end, when we're setting screens, why aren't we splitting the defense anymore? Why aren't we cutting in between? If my man's here and I'm going this way to set the screen, the defender's gonna be trailing with me. I could just split right back into it. We did it early in the season, and even that, if not, and if that space is not for the ball handler, draw it out a little bit more to where the man who's setting you the screen can cut in, and you could just dive it right in. He could spin and cut it off, like basic basketball. We were good with giving the ball to Hartenstein at the top of the key. We can do that in motion where he's at the side. We can do it all those pick and rolls. He could be rolling to the basket, still get the floaters opportunities. He only had 6 points. Like we stepped away from our game drastically.
That's also true.
Okay.
Sorry, like I said, I got it. It was just a few points I just want to get up because I know.
Let's get them. Yeah, let's get them all out, bro. There's no need in going to sleep with these thoughts, bro. Just get them all out, right? You may as well get them all out on the table, right?
Yeah, he's like get your clear conscious out. But it's like the whole game I'm sitting here like we're not playing our basketball. Don't get me wrong, we were playing good transition, we were scoring, coming back, but we were like playing their style. They'll come down, score twice, probably get a foul, and then we'll come down, push up a 3 or get a foul, but then miss a free throw, but then get, a second chance opportunity with a rebound. I mean, not a rebound, make the second free throw, and then they'll come down and score off of a pick and roll play. And then you see Dante missing all his layups. Even Coach said it. Coach was like, I don't know why is he missing all his high off the glass shots. His footing isn't there. He's jumping earlier than where he is before. Because before it was easier for him to get to the basket. Now he's either jumping too early or too late, from what I saw. So, but don't get me wrong, he was good from 3, 7 for 11. Plus the defense was still there, so I'm okay with it. It's just it wasn't just him. It was a lot of things that was going on. Precious wasn't rebounding that well, but he was active for I think like 2 or 3 plays.
Hey, I'm gonna throw my phone on the charger real quick. Can you read the super chat for me real quick?
Yeah, sure. All right, Knicks tapped rebounds out instead of grabbing it. Yep, you're right. But then also there was some plays where Turner was holding down Hartenstein's arm because even when I called it out, I was like, why are you tapping it? And coach would be like, hey, the reason why he's tapping it is because his arm's held down. And you literally saw it, and I stopped talking to him because when I saw the hand, I'd see the hand go up first. But then when coach says it's because his other arm is being dragged down, I still saw, as coach said it, he was still holding on to his arm before they even got the ball. So I'm like, coach is right on it, and they're still holding the arm, and they're not even calling a foul.
Well, I just got some bad news. Need to be bearer of bad news, but it's going to be at least another 11 or so days before we get OG back.
I'm not even worried about that right now. Like, I'm just want to
saying that at best, if we gotta win this just to get him back.
Because this is the thing. This is the thing I'm not worried about with OG. The reason why I say I'm not worried about OG is because
thank you for that, Mr. Nice. Appreciate you.
Problem. I was gonna say the thing he walked off. He didn't need a cart. He didn't hobble off. He just walked off, and you could see he was in pain. So I'm not worried about him because tonight we showed we could have won without him, and they hit us with everything, and we still could have won the game. At any moment, we could have took over.
If it weren't just for some bad ball hogging moments. You know what I mean, Bob?
It's a catch-22 because, like I said, I remember plenty of times, game 1, game 2, this game, I'd be saying that, Brunson, what are you? Sorry, Brunson. I'm sorry I questioned
I'm
you.
just saying that this
And
was a
then
game
2
where
plays later, he does something crazy, but then you can't question it because you're still within the game. It's a plus or minus 5, and you guys are still close, and you know you got to trust him more than you would trust most people. So,
but
I
I'm
mean,
just saying that when Brunson's at his worst, you need to get that ball in ball hog mode at its worst. You need to get that ball out of his hand at any and all costs. I mean, you had a hot hand in Dante. Why take it that away from him? That's what bugged me.
Right. Right. Yeah.
and even Coach said it when Burks was hot in the second quarter. He was like, why don't you do the same thing to McBride? No disrespect to Burks, but if he's not passing to McBride, who he's played with more, what makes you think he's going to pass to Burke no matter how hot his hand is? So I'm just saying, like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful or say what I think it is. I'm just telling you, if we really look at how the hierarchy, if there is one, or how these guys play, if he doesn't pass to McBride, who he's played more minutes with throughout the season and even last year, as opposed to Burke, who was the hot hand and came out and didn't miss.
Until the fourth quarter.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is why I said earlier when we were talking, yesterday or the last time I came on, I said, don't expect the bench to have that much of an impact. He did. Don't get me wrong. He had a great impact shooting them shots, but it wasn't that there was, what were they going to do? At some point, they were going to stop feeding him the ball. That's what I mean. Don't expect too much because he did his part, came in, shot up, and then he went out and he covered for a couple of minutes and he did really well. So I give Burks the credit because he stepped up more than what I thought. But at the end of the day, you knew he wasn't going to get the rest of the game with the hot hand. They wasn't going to do that. Like, even if he was going, like, if he never missed and had 20 points, they wasn't going to give him the ball for the rest of the game. Some point it was going to go back to Brunson. It was going to go back to Josh Hart. It was going to go back to Dante because that's what we know. That's what they know.
Okay.
Yeah, this
We didn't hear you, bro.
and ultimately, in my view, the fact that point productivity for the team for this trio has been down over the last two games, 94 to 75 to now only 61 tonight. The familiarity of constantly relying on DiVincenzo, Brunson, and Hart, in my view, is what did them in tonight. And Brunson throwing that burden onto himself. I know I am being a dead horse, but still, Brunson's got to stop that. And with that, I'm going to hit the sack. Night, guys.
Night,
All right,
man. Have a good one. I mean, like I said, we were close. It's just, I like the fact we came back, but once they got that 11-1 lead in that fourth quarter, I was just like, what are we doing? And it just like faded off from there once they got the lead. We had plenty of time, and we just looked like 3 minutes left, we stopped playing. Like, at any moment, we still could have came back. So for me, it looked like we underestimated our opponent, sort of like what we did to Philly in Game 3. That's what I think. Like, when we played away in Philly and we lost, I think that's the same thing we did here. We thought we can go out there and just beat them with what we got and run it.
Right. So I'm thinking a little bit differently for some of that stuff. Okay. Big L is in the building. Salute to the GOAT. Anthony 212 is in the building. LI1 is in the building. Salute. AP is in here. AP was good. Mr. Nice, thank you for the generous contribution. We appreciate you, bro. Honestly, I think there is enough blame to go around for everybody. In this type of game, and this kind of type of game where the score may not indicate that it was a one possession game. This was basically a one possession game throughout. Somebody would get the lead, the other team would reel them back in. Another people would get the lead, and the other team would reel them back in. Adam is in the building. Salute. And so basically, we were looking at a close game. Either way, we'd get a lead, they reel us in. They get a lead, we'll reel them in. In general, it was a one possession game. There were a lot of times where we could have methodically and surgically put them away, but we chose to go for the haymaker and it backfired. In my mind.
Yeah.
In my mind, there were numerous times where instead of going for the finisher, instead of going for the DDT, instead of going for sweet chin music, instead of going for the massive haymaker, we should have just slowed it down and just valued the basketball.
Yep.
That in my mind, when we were up by 8, they miss a 3 that could have cut it to 5. We get the rebound and come back down, and then we shoot a 3 with like 16 seconds left on the shot clock. For what? We were up 8. We are we had the lead. Why are we rushing shots? Right? Some of these things, the Dante DiVincenzo goaltending. Dante, if the bigs didn't jump up there to touch the ball, why would a guard run all the way from up there off the perimeter and try to block the shot?
And
it was off. Hold on, Cowboy Bob. Let me finish. Oh no, go ahead, bro.
No, I was agreeing with you. Just at the point, if he had grabbed the rebound, it would have looked a lot better. But no, he literally blocked it. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I was thinking when he did that play. I agree with you. That's a very like dumb, stupid play, but you played so well throughout the whole game.
Right. The play where Aaron Nesmith was fumbling the ball out of bounds. Yo, my guy is in the building. Heck is in the building. Salute.
Freezy, how you doing? My guy Bob, how you doing? Salute.
I'm chilling, bro. How you been doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. We just finished our post game or whatever, so I had to come here and show Uncle Freezy some love and stuff. We just did like 2 watch parties this week. We did one in New York City this past Wednesday. We killed it. We just finished one in North Carolina. But I just had, had to come show Uncle Freezy and the family some love after the loss.
That's the one I wanted to make. But
yeah,
I'm trying to finish up this deck. And as soon as we walked out on the deck, bro, it started hailing. Down
no. Yeah.
So we didn't get to finish the deck, nor did I get to go to a watch party, bro.
Yeah. No, it's all good. So, because Celso was telling me that the weather was horrible down there today anyway. So, yeah, it's all good as long as you was able to do what you had to do, Freezy. I just wanted to come by and just show love. I know a lot of Knicks fans on Twitter right now. They're going through it. But I just want to say one thing. It's easy for us just to sit back and just point at the referees and complain at the referees. But in the last 2 minutes of that game, we gave about 3 to 4 offensive rebounds to the Indiana Pacers. We had some mental mistakes that hurt us in the last 2 minutes of the game. Again, as much as we want to sit back and point at the referees, yes, was a call. Should that call have been overturned with Jalen Brunson? That was not a charging call, but we didn't have a challenge because you wanted to waste that challenge, the call right before when you should have never challenged it. So just little mistakes like that. But the silver lining the confidence that we could take away from this game is that it showed us we could play when Jalen Brunson is having his C-level performance. We can play and we could compete without OG Anunoby. So I know we wasted a great game from Dante DiVincenzo, an amazing game from Josh Hart, but we got to be able to clean up those little mistakes in the last 2 minutes, especially when you're on the road. You're on the road against Indiana. You know the referees are going to be favoring them on the road. Just got to clean up those little mistakes. I'm still confident that we could go in there Sunday at 3:30 p.m. and have a different tune after the game is over.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I thought there were like little, like small mistakes throughout the game that if we basically what I think is the small mistakes that we made throughout the game cascaded. Right.
Yeah.
I don't think at any point I never felt threatened by Indiana at any point during this game. I felt like we were always like one mistake away from putting them away. And we compounded things, you know, giving them the ball back. Like for instance, this was not a TJ McConnell game. Right. So we did eliminate TJ McConnell somewhat. Right. He didn't have the impact that you know we felt like he had when he played us in games 1 and 2. Pascal Siakam didn't have a huge impact. Obi Toppin didn't have a huge impact in this game. Miles Turner was definitely a threat throughout the game. Right, Miles Turner was a threat throughout the game, but I never felt like Miles Turner was at a point of dominating. And then also, in the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, I thought Indiana looked shook. I thought we bailed them out numerous times by attacking 1-on-4 when you have the lead. When you have the lead, you don't have to attack 1-on-4. You're not behind, and you don't need to stop the clock with free throws. You could have pulled that ball back out and let Alec Burks set us up into some offense like he had been doing, settling us down and allowing us to get a good shot. Because even if you miss the shot, you take about 20 seconds off the game clock. And then if you mess around and get the offensive rebound, you get 14 more seconds to try it again. But we attacked 1-on-4. The ball, he missed a layup. Now they're back out running the other way in a fast break, and then they score, cut the lead.
Yeah,
you know, it's one thing being. I honestly, I felt like we were going for the haymakers when we should have just surgically put them away. Right? We didn't need the DDT. We could have put them in a sleeper hole for those that know wrestling. Right? We didn't need
it. For a lead lock.
Yeah, we didn't need to do tables, ladders, and chairs, bro. We could have made them submit, right? But the thing about it is, we kept going for the Deuce McBride 3 in the corner. The Deuce McBride 3 in the corner, bro. You're like, Deuce, you have all that time, and he missed the shot, bro. He could have just pulled that shot back out. We had about 8 seconds left on the shot clock, but he missed. They created a long rebound. They got out and ran.
To be fair, to you know, a little defense for Deuce, he was filling himself just a little bit because he was having one of his best games since that Philly series, right? The first 2 games against Indiana, he wasn't the same like he was against Philadelphia. He had probably one of his worst performances in the postseason. So he was filling himself. He knocked down a few threes in the game, had some nice defensive possessions against TJ McConnell. I think going forward, we got to look at that matchup when Indiana decides to put TJ McConnell out there, you got to have Deuce McBride come out there immediately. You have to have Deuce McBride rested and ready to go with that same energy that TJ McConnell is going to come out there with. Because if Deuce McBride is just tired just a little bit, he's not going to be able to keep up with TJ McConnell if he's freshly coming off of the bench. So that's why I say, I know it may be hard because we want to try to rest Jalen whenever you can. And Deuce McBride, he does add a lot when it comes to his defense, but make sure you bring him out as soon as TJ is out there, just so you can stay on him like a mosquito in the summertime in New York City, right, Freezy?
Right, just the irritant, right? Like
that's it. That's it. But you said it's the mistakes in the final 2 minutes, like those little mistakes. You're playing into what we have the lead. Why, like you said, to your point, why are you driving? This is what they want. They want you to drive 1-on-4 instead of kicking it out and wasting time off the shot clock. You're playing into their defensive mat. What they want defensively.
Right. They wanted the Knicks to put basically they wanted to put the onus of the game in the hands of the officials who they had been working for 2 or 3 days already. And they had already been working the officials for 2 or 3 days. They wanted the officials to take the pressure and not them. And you can see the look in their face, bro. They were not ready. They were not in that third quarter. They looked like a team with a bunch of dudes that didn't have a guy to step up and take big shots down the stretch. Right? You could tell. You can. As a matter of fact, that three that Andrew Nembhard hit, they were fumbling around with the ball trying to find anybody to take a shot, and Nembhard took that shot and hit it. Their prayer was answered. So congratulations, Indiana Pacers fans. Those 10 million Hail Marys that y'all did for the last 3 days paid off. Congratulations. Andrew Nembhard hit a 30-foot three, step back three with time running out. And I don't care how many times you practice that shot. That's not a shot that you make. He 100%. Hit it. Congratulations.
100%. Freezy, I got to get out. I just wanted to come by and just stop real quick. Tell you I love you, Unc. Appreciate you like always. I always tell people you the first open panel that I ever popped on was Uncle Freezy's open panel. And I met so many amazing people in this community. And I met a bunch of people that I started my podcast with. So Freezy, always got to give you your flowers for that. So I always appreciate you, Unc.
Appreciate you, bro. Y'all doing great stuff, bro.
Nah, I appreciate you. And I know it's unfair for me to say this right now, but I got MLB The Show. I was going to play it, but the demo mode is up, and the Mets are losing right now 2-0 to the Phillies. Even the computer hates the Mets. I'm sorry, Freezy. I just had to say that before I had to get out of here. I love you.
I thought you had breaking news, bro. We already knew that. All right, boss. Later. All right.
Man, the best World Series is the Subway Series.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. I'm not gonna call Indiana lucky, bro. Well, I guess I will call them lucky because that shot that Andrew Nembhard hit, bro, that's one of the greatest shots in Pacers history, right? It's one of the greatest shots in Pacers history, bro, for them because they're not known. They don't have recent playoff history. We do, right? But they don't have recent playoff success.
Second round. Yeah, like they never got past the second round. I think this is Miles Turner's first time in the second round, which is crazy because he even had a double-double tonight, which is, I don't know what's going on. But, again, like I said, it was a good game all the way up. Coaching was a good battle. The adjustments that were made always gave us the upper hand when we made a timeout. But like I forget the gentleman that was just on earlier. Like he said, the timeouts being challenged. Like you said, that was a waste. We didn't need to challenge even the one before that. We were like, oh, we should challenge that play. No, we still had 3 timeouts. It didn't make sense to challenge anything. So for me, that was a waste. Could have played better. Even if we relied, like I said, on Burks, how much longer would we have given him? He did the best he could in the second quarter. And he missed. And then when he came back into the fourth, there was missed opportunities. So, like I said, I was glad he was able to be on fire and keep going, but I didn't expect him to do much more. Right. I was expecting McBride to. I was expecting, Josh Hart to play better. Even Precious, but Precious, what was he doing? I think he only had like 6 or 4 points tonight. He should have been way more active down low.
Yeah. He played 22 minutes and had 6 rebounds. So, yeah.
And Hartenstein played, 30 minutes with 8 rebounds?
Hartenstein played 39 minutes, bro.
And 8 rebounds. It's like, what's going on? We should be eating right now. That's what I was scared of earlier, was Hartenstein playing so many minutes. But now we look like they're doing basically what we were doing to them. Yeah. They just going to run big on us, leave the big guys on us to out-rebound us, tire us down, and then when we go to our small, just stick with the bigger guards to keep them up, but then switch out Miles Turner for Nesmith or whoever else they need and just keep it moving.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Miguel P is in the building.
I think we just lost because, like I said, it wasn't even bad coaching up until then. It was just bad playmaking.
Yeah. I think we should have, down the stretch, when they were getting those offensive rebounds, I've always felt like Precious should have been in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to say that, but y'all was so excited y'all was so rowdy in the playback TV. I was trying to tell y'all, man, that I thought Precious should have been in the game as opposed to Josh Hart at the 4.
Mm-hmm.
We were kind of small, and Indiana kept grabbing offensive rebounds. And if we just grabbed one, bro, the game would be different.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree with that. And it's funny because I remember you saying, should we put Alec Burke in? And I was like, I don't know. And then it turned out to be right. We had him in for 2 more minutes, and then he just went totally just zero. And then and it's like that moment right there, we could have totally used it a different way, but nobody remembers that. The turnover that Brunson had, oh God. Like that whole him wanting to flop and pull up for a 3-pointer, you had Dante DiVincenzo behind you. All you had to do was wait to let him rotate to the other side. You had a defender in your back, a defender on your side, and a defender to your left and right. And you had one that was further down moving up into your path. So all you had to do was just wait till Dante rotated and he could have took the shot or at least ran to the basket. But you didn't even wait for that opportunity.
Yep. Yep. Yo.
Hey, what's happening, fellas?
Good evening, Chuck. How you doing?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Just checking the temp, see what's going on. I figure I'll holler at you cats before I lay it down. You got to work in the morning.
Yeah, man.
So, you're hearing the breakdown of the game, all I can say
I think we gave this one away, bro.
You know what, Freeze? I agree with that. But the thing is I expected. Hear me out. After Carlisle came out there and cried and did what he did to get things to go his way, as he say, they call it the gamemanship, and it's whining and crying. But we had that game. I'm not going to just put it on the refs. But, you got to hit your free throws down the line, and you got to make down the line when it gets tight like that, you got to make better decisions, Everybody, when we talked about it yesterday, was it yesterday we were all on together, Bob?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Everybody I was saying it was going to get in, got in. Tibbs he spelled people the way he did. Part of the problem is, man, JB may not want to let on how injured that foot is, but you can tell he had no lift. He didn't have the lift. He missed a lot of stuff he normally missed. And he does at times. He'll have a clunker game. I expect for him to come out next game and handle business. All that stuff Halliburton was doing. I mean, come on, was it Nimmer hit that 3?
Yeah.
Do that. That was a man. Look, the basketball guy smiled on him because he couldn't hit an elephant in the ass with an ironing board.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you hit that shot. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it goes that way. I'm still going with my prediction. I said Knicks in 6. I hope I'm wrong. I like to see a gentleman sweep, but I'm gonna say Knicks in 6. Because I figure after we get another win, Carlisle's gonna do what he did. He's gonna cry, and another group of refs gonna help him out in a way, and something else go wrong. But considering they gave us their best shot, and they won the way they won, and we are diminished injury wise. They should be really, really afraid, bro. Seriously.
They should.
Yeah.
Marky on the beat.
You know, it's good, everybody.
What's happening,
And
Good
Ribby?
evening. Good evening.
Yo,
my bad, Soul Finger. You know how it is when celebrities be backstage, bro.
I know, man. They kick in the door, waving the full four.
Ribby probably already took like 9 showers and texted me 4 times. Yo, I'm backstage. That's our dog though. We love him though, bro. That's our dog
I'm
right
putting
there.
my
Yeah, that's
business
what I
out
am.
there, man.
Mm-hmm.
Water
Bro,
bill,
Always
hey,
does that.
wow, hey, water bill is skynormous.
well, yeah, sky high, bro.
You can travel?
Yeah, man.
But yeah,
Always
we
does
gave
that.
one away. That one we like I said, we gave away. I'm not gonna even say it, about some of the, I'm not gonna put it all on the rest. We gave it away, but like I said, man, if Indiana got to go, if they playing that damn hard and we injured like we were,
Right,
we about to we about to send them boys home, man. We about to put the kids to bed.
right.
I'm
I
not gonna
agree.
go off I'm not gonna recant. I'm not bagging off what I said, Knicks and 6. I always like to be wrong on that anyway, but we're gonna win this series, man. I'm saying that with the top, with the shirt open, taco meat exposed.
Right.
I was
Yeah.
upset though. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, oh, yeah. I mean, as you should be, in a sense, man. You don't want to see them lose,
And it was right
especially when it was
there,
that
like
close.
exactly,
Yeah,
like yo. Oh my god.
But old boy threw up there. He threw up a prayer, man. He
Yeah.
didn't even know it was going
Yo.
in.
Right.
He
Oh god.
he didn't know it was going in, man. He back there in the lot. He went back to the locker room, prayed to the basketball gods.
Right.
You
He was
know.
mad high. He was smiling and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
oh no,
Yeah,
that's that smile, but that was that smile like, yeah, thank God it went in. I didn't know
yeah,
it
I
was gonna
know.
go in. It wasn't like that. Look at me,
Right.
because Bronson, like I said, Bronson was missing easy shots he normally hit. If he would have
Yeah.
hit half his shots, it's a wrap. That's game. But
Right.
it is what it is. I okay. It's the best of 7, right?
Yeah.
And we still up, right? And
Yeah.
if Burks can continue to come off the bench, while OG's down and do
That's a
that,
nice
then we're
spot.
definitely good. Like I said, hey, Burks. Well, I was wondering if we're gonna see fourth quarter Jordan come back in the series.
Yep.
I don't
But I
see
mean,
that.
hey, but he gave us some solid minutes, man.
Yep.
He did.
He did.
I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, bro. I think the best point guard on the floor tonight on either team was Alec Burks. Alec Burks, bro. You legit now in terms of scoring. I know the other point guards outscored him, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of being a floor general, controlling
in
the flow of the
timely
game,
play, in timely
yeah,
plays, because he
yeah,
snatched down a couple of big rebounds for us, man,
yeah.
and
It
kept the
was like
ball there going.
right. Alec Burks out there tonight was like having an E7 out there with everybody, bro. You know what I'm saying? For those that know what the
No,
E7 is, you
yeah,
know what I'm saying? It's like when everybody running around crazy, you know what I'm saying, the leadership in a meeting and you just have an E7 out there. Like easy, everybody, slow down. He did, yeah, he had a commanding presence out there at times. Now, when he was out there with Jalen Brunson, not so much.
mm-hmm.
He played off the ball with Jalen Brunson, but I do wish it was vice versa.
Yeah,
At times, it should have been vice versa, where Jalen Brunson wouldn't have had to do all that running around on a
He was
bad
doing
hit.
it.
Jalen Brunson could have been spotted up for 3. You know what I'm saying? Relocating. But when you look at, I'll give an example. There were 2 plays in the third quarter where the Knicks got a rebound. They zoomed past Alec Burks. They went down the
mm-hmm.
other end, threw a brick off the shot clock, and then before Alec Burks can get to half court, they Indiana zooming back with the rebound and zooming towards the rim. And Alec Burks is like, yo, relax. Right? And then Alec Burks get the rebound. He push it, try to attack or whatever. It ain't there. You know what Alec Burks did?
He pulled it out.
He pulled it back out, set up some offense, called Hartenstein at the top of the key, not to screen, but to touch it. He gave Hartenstein the ball at the top of the key. Hartenstein passed the ball back around to the perimeter. Man, they gave it back to Burks. Burks set up and got us a nice open shot. We wasted about 21 seconds. That's what we did at that time. But then grabbed the rebound, broke out of trap. He grabbed the rebound and snatched it away from somebody and zoomed up the floor and took on the Pacers 1-on-3 and missed the layup. I think he missed it.
He did what he normally does, but it was such a bad. He took it at a bad angle, and but at that moment, that's not how you want it to go. Right. Especially when Burks started taking, like you were saying, Freeze. Burks was taking control and keeping us at a good tempo, and that tempo he had us at actually was causing them. It was good. It was messing them up.
Right.
You know, because this was a game where we, like the last game we played theirs. This was a time for us to slow it down for us and work the game in our favor. But, hey, small things to a giant. I'm not tripping. We're going to get this next W. We're going to get the W. I'm not stressing it.
Right.
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 It just, but when you gave it away.
It's hurt more.
Yeah, it don't, because like I said, they didn't know what to do. Them boys were on pucker. They were on pucker factor 10.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought their shorts was gonna fall off, bro.
Oh man, look, bro, they were clenching so tight, dog. They could have picked up. They could have crushed diamonds out of coal with the butt cheeks. That's how tight they were.
Yeah.
The fans were because when Brunson came down and hit that three, when they hit, what was it? Who was it? Halliburton hit that three. All the fans were going crazy. Brunson came down, hit that big three. Silence.
Yeah, and I was begging Brunson. I could see the look in his face. Cowboy Bob, tell him. Remember when Brunson hit that three? I was like, no. As soon as he took the ball out, I was like, Cowboy Bob, we don't need a three right here. Watch he go down and take a three. We don't need a three. You remember that, Ribby?
Yeah.
I was like, yo, he got the look in his face. He ready to come down and try to shoot that dagger. And as soon as he raised up off the floor, I was like, no. And it went out, and I was like, thank you.
I believe in it.
Exactly.
I believe in it.
I said, I saw him. I was like, he about to shoot this thing. He about to let this joker go, and he hit it. Hey, look,
I was glad
when he hit it. My dogs looked at me. My dogs looking at me like, what the hell?
I think at that moment it was like if it's like we in this or we out, to be honest. So it's like
it was an 8
taking our last shot.
It was a 5-point game. They hit the three to go up 8, and then Brunson came down and hit the three to cut the lead back to 5.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And what I was thinking is if the lead is 5 and you come down and miss, if the lead is 8 and you come down and miss that three and they go back the other way and score, it's a 10-point game.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking in my mind. Hey, any football fans in here? Any football fans? You know how your team get down? Your team get down by 10 points, and cats think you got to throw a Hail Mary to get back in the game. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't need
to
get
a field goal.
Yeah, a field goal will do, and you don't even need to throw. You need. You could just run the football and kick your field goal and still be down by 7.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I felt like. I felt like we should have
managed not go for 2
better.
Yeah, don't be going for 2.
Yeah, man, going for 2 all the time. Yeah, man. That's what I felt like. That's what I think Brunson did at the end of the game when we were down 3. 16.9 seconds left on the clock. Jalen Brunson got the inbound and never even looked at the rim, was wide open and uncovered. All the Pacers were protecting the perimeter. He could have drove and cut the lead to 1 and had them inbounded so we can foul them. But instead, he got the ball and tried to throw up a Hail Mary superhero 3 and tried to foul bait, and Indiana didn't fall for it.
Yeah.
You had 4 guys on you.
And 4 guys.
Well, the other thing too,
he had 4 guys on him like Indiana didn't know who was going to take that shot. Indiana knew who was going to take that shot.
You had a guy behind you, left and right, and one in front of you, and you still trying to take the shot.
Yeah.
I'll say this, it's one of those. That one's It was one of those. He should have known he wasn't gonna get that call because if that was the fact of the matter, Naismith would have fouled out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The way they were hacking him, the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. But you got to be smart right there, bro. In theory, it's 17 seconds on the clock.
Mm-hmm.
He could have got that ball, went straight to the rim, got the layup. It would have been about 14 seconds left on the clock for Indiana to inbound it for you to foul them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And put the pressure on them to make free throws. Right? And I don't know if y'all notice or not, but Indiana is not the best free throw shooting team, y'all.
No, they're not, because you see Pascal Siakam. Look, he hit those two free throws, bro. He was praying. He was
prayed that
praying.
man, bro.
He prayed, boy. He prayed them to go in. Because you see the other ones, they were like, man, they touched every part of the rim and then
That's
came
a
off.
fact.
I'm like,
Yeah, man.
You know?
And you were calling it most of the
I would
time.
foul
Like,
him as soon as I think about the ball. I ain't gonna lie.
you was calling it like you were saying they gonna miss one, make one. I was like, what are you talking about? Boom. I'm like, wow.
But like I said, we have to do in these games like this, like I said, when Bronson's off when he hitting and he missing free throws. Because he been knocking them down. Last game he was perfect, and then he came out and missed some serious free throws. Like damn, and I thought he missed 4. He missed 4.
I thought he missed 3, and the other 2 were Hart and.
No, he missed 4, and Hart made 1, missed 1. Precious had 1, made and missed. You got to hit them jokers, man.
Nah, Brunson went 4 for 7 from the free throw. Precious missed 1. Hart missed 1.
But he said, but either way, it's semantics.
Either way,
We understand that man point though.
You got to hit him. I don't give a damn what it is. You got to hit him.
But wait, hold on. Are you saying he should have hit all of them, or like?
I'm not saying you gotta hit them all.
No, bro. What he's saying is
what
the
I'm
Knicks
saying.
shot 72% from the free throw line.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the point of it. Is not how many and who. The point is, you get free throws, you got to make at least 80% of them in a
80%, yeah, and you got to hit them things, especially when in clutch moments like that.
And you got to be confident. You got to be so confident that the other team don't want to foul you. You got to be so confident with them free throws that the other team regret fouling you. Okay. Right? That's one of the things. That's one of the things I was saying. Put the pressure on them. Make it a 1-point game and put pressure on them. The first person out of foul was Pascal Siakam.
Mm-hmm.
On the inbound, I would just foul Siakam. Yep.
Like they do Mitch. You get Mitch.
Yeah.
Man, look. That's when you put, look, if you want to say something, you be like, you put Mr. Mustache in and let him go foul. You know who Mr. Mustache is?
Mr. Mustache.
Yeah, Sims. Put Sims in there. Hit him with a yah.
Yeah.
You stay on him every time he get the ball. Yah. Put him at the line. I live with it. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta do the gamesmanship like that, man. But hey, it was one. It's gonna happen. You know,
I already know this next game.
Oh,
we coming out swinging. I already know that.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like I said, we don't know if we're gonna get the Birch that we saw tonight. If he comes in next game, we don't know what we're gonna get. We don't know what we're gonna get with Precious. We don't know anything. So for me, we should have just closed it up tonight and actually been better prepared, because if we play tomorrow and we play worse than we did tonight, not tomorrow, Sunday, and we play worse than we did tonight, it's gonna be even harder being series tied going back to New York. And I don't want to be in that boat. So for me, just tighten up what we saw tonight with these mistakes. Whether it's it's not just making the free throws, it's also rebounding. Don't create turnovers. Getting into transition correctly and stop trying to play their pace. Actually play our pace, because that's how we won the first 2 games. So I don't know. I'm worried because, like I said, for me in my time as a Knick, I've always seen us fall short. So,
hey, Bob, you always worry, man. We're gonna give you some kind of medication for your nerves. Every time you talk, man, I'm worried. Man, you too young to be worried like that, man. I'm worried. Man, stop
for
worrying
40
all
years,
about, man.
I've seen my team.
Man, you said 40 years. You talking about 40 years. Man, I still got time on you. I ain't tripping about this. I'm talking about, man, look, it's going to be an adjustment. You know, on the real, it's going to be an adjustment. You study switching and swapping people around. Things going to happen. Early turnovers early in the game. All those turnovers was it 8 in the first half or something like that.
Yeah.
Can't remember they had excess turnovers. A lot of them were unforced turnovers. All right.
Yeah.
They're gonna make it's gonna be an adjustment. Adjustment to each game. So remember I told you when we talked about it yesterday. Tibbs gonna have a lineup. He'll know what he's doing. It's gonna be adjustments. Just in Tibbs we trust. Look, Dante was keeping us going in the game. Brunson missed a lot of shots. A lot of his normal shots that we normally count off on the hit.
Bunnies, bro. Bunnies, bro. At the rim.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he's gonna have to adjust to the way they call in the game now. You know, because I mean, they don't have the same officiating crew. They're switching up crews. This crew, the older guy, man. Look, they just send him to the retirement home, dog. Because I mean, you didn't see Brunson get. I mean, he was getting slapped all in his face, backhand. I mean, he like JD's revenge out there getting slapped in the face, man. But they're not calling it. So what you do is you play on. You have to play through it. Our heart got to grab the rebound. It can't be smacking and swatting it around. You got to grab that joker, man. Because he knocked it out of a few people's hand, out of his own team's hand a few times. But he, you know, I was looking for him to be. He has to become a little more aggressive. I understand why he's not as aggressive because he knows the foul issue. So, but towards that when you get in that fourth quarter and you got some fouls to spare, man, you better go in reckless abandonment, man.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to go out there.
I was gonna say, Soulfinger, I know you're saying that about Hartenstein tapping, but Coach called it out when we was watching the game. He was like, they kept pulling his arm down, and I kept noticing.
Oh, yeah, they pulling his arm down. Yeah, they pulling his arm.
They every time he was tapping, it wasn't because he had a choice. They were really literally holding his arm down and not calling it.
Okay, well they ain't calling it, but you still got to fight through it. But sometimes you got to tap it. You tap when you can, but but how many other times he could have grabbed
it? Yeah.
Low.
No, I agree with you. Like I said, I'm not saying the whole time.
I'm just saying, yeah, he's getting fouled. They all getting fouled, but the refs ain't calling it. But for the times you can grab it, you grab it, right?
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Okay. So
Josh Hart had 18. He only had 8 rebounds, and he played 30+ minutes. I agree. He should have had more rebounds. He should have been more aggressive.
But that whole thing about him getting held and all like that, okay, that's irrelevant right now because the refs ain't calling it. You know what I'm saying? That's just like how many times we seen Brunson get smacked all in the face, and they riding him. They called a foul on Deuce, and he did the same thing McConnell and Naismith was doing the JB, but they called it on him, right?
Yeah.
Same thing. What you got to do? You have to play through that stuff, man.
Yeah.
There's one of those I can't, you know. You got to be, and if a 6'4" guard can grab you 18 rebounds, man, and you got a 7-footer getting 8, you got to play through it. That's when you got to play harder and get and play bigger. You know, I like our heart, you know, but you know, in some situations he does shrink.
Yeah.
The last game they did the same thing. They were grabbing and holding on to him last game, and he had a double-double. So what's the difference here? See what I'm saying? You still got to play the same. You got to bring that same intensity.
The difference is that role players play better at home than on the road.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's the difference.
And then the other thing is keep in mind we got our role players or backups playing in starting roles.
Yeah.
So,
but they still role players.
They still role players, and they still rolling. You know, and you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Like I said, I still say. I mean, I'm calling. I said we're gonna win the series. I'm not tripping about that. We're gonna win the series. I normally don't go out and put stuff out like that. Just be cool. I don't not make it seem like I'm smelling myself, but nah, this is a different kind of squad, man. I got time to be a pessimist or be a contrarian, man. Look, I'm all in. You know, I'm all in. So either you're gonna get in the Cadillac and roll with me, or if you ain't feeling it, hey, you can catch the Greyhound. But I'm pushing this joker. Deuce in the quarter. Who rolling with me?
Right. Yeah. You eastbound and down, huh?
Man, yes, sir.
Eastbound and down.
That was a good series. I like that show.
Yeah, that's for those that know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Salute to Vinny Vegas. Sha France is in the building. Yeah, I'm not complaining about the physicality.
No, I'm not. Right? I'm not.
No, I'm just talking about me. Oh no. I'm not
right.
I'm not complaining about the physicality. I felt like the physicality was being called even on both sides, right? As long as they call it physicality even on both sides, I'm okay with it. Right now, when things got egregious with those charges,
Those charges,
when you saw these cats, when you saw them out there moving their feet like a Thriller video, you know what I'm saying? These dudes is moving their feet and all that. You like, yo, that man was in the restricted area. That man was in the restricted area, moving his feet, and you gonna call an offensive foul?
Yeah, the one. Yeah, when they called that foul on Brunson, I could have sworn he came sliding into like James Brown, bro.
Yeah,
he slid that foot in there. I mean, he was on the good foot too. And I was like, wow, you call that charge?
Cowboy Bob, you gotta move it. It's electric. Boogie, oogie. That's what he was doing.
For real.
Yeah. And he moved his back foot from after he got contact from out in the line to the line, out of the line, and then fell back and got contact.
Well, the other
I was
one
like,
was
what?
Was it the kid that hit the three? He got a charge pulled. The one they called on Brunson.
He
was moving. Never. He was leaning into him. He wasn't even set. He was moving. So I was like, yo. I was like, all right, that was egregious. And then you had the bang non-goaltending call. But then we get hit with a goaltending call.
Dante goaltend was egregious though. Dante got to know better.
I mean, he had
that shot was off by 2 feet, bro.
Yeah, that was.
You know that shot off by 2 feet, bro. Why are you trying to? Come on, Dante. You not a shot blocker, bro. What are you doing?
At least grab it with both hands and be like, At least make it look like a rebound because it was so off. They might have.
It was no way. At the angle he was at, he wasn't gonna get it with two hands. That's why he had that one.
I know, but if you go,
his best bet, what he should have done,
just leave it alone.
Come off, leave it alone. Come off, put your body on somebody, and then go get the rebound.
And then go get it.
Yeah, that's
you gave them 2 points in a 1 possession game.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the little things that there were a lot of little mistakes. Like I don't necessarily agree with us giving the game away in the last 2 minutes. I think we could have probably beat this team by 20 if we just played a clean game. If we played a clean game. Right, Cowboy Bob, you remember how fast we was turning? Remember how much we was turning the ball over in the first and second quarter? When Jalen Brunson went out, he tried to play. His shot was off. He's like 1 for 6. And then he went to the bench. Yeah. And then after that, we just turned the ball over and turned the ball. And then Tibbs was like, okay, Burks. All right, where Burks at?
Yeah. Burks brought stability to the he brought stability to the floor.
Yeah,
he did.
And I was like, okay, he got a Burks sighting. I know there's a lot of cats,
veterans on the floor, bro.
Yeah, I know a lot of cats didn't want to see Burks out there, but I said it like he's coming.
Yeah,
because of the situation. And I wasn't surprised how he worked it, how Tibbs worked it, because he was pulling them out to get them a breather,
Right.
But the thing is, definitely you can see that foot, JB doesn't have the lift, so he's gonna have to make adjustment himself, until that foot is, he's able to do the things he normally would do. So maybe you need to be more of a decoy, especially when you got cats that are out there hitting, If Burks is giving you some, any kind of positive points you get from Burks, man, you better take that. That's extra gravy on your rice, Yeah. But when Dante's out there firing, bump Big Ragu, when he's Dante Inferno, you stay on that Joker. You stay on him.
That's the other thing too. That's the other thing. Not to cut you.
No.
This is something that I feel like we need to talk about. When Dante DiVincenzo was raging hot, Jalen Brunson came down the floor 3 trips in a row and didn't even pass it.
Mm-hmm. He's trying to get himself going instead of riding that hot hand.
He was trying to get himself going. And then I don't know if Tibbs and them yelled something at him, but then he got a fast break. He came down, dribbled on the fast break, and he looked, and Dante was behind him, and he shuffled the pass to Dante behind him, and Dante hit that 3.
Mm-hmm.
That should have let Brunson know right then, bro. It's Dante night.
Yeah,
right.
And that's the thing. If he would have cut back, if he would have reduced trying to shoot the ball like he was, knowing that your man is hot like that, correct me if I'm wrong, you're supposed to ride the hot hand until that thing go ice cold, right?
Yeah. So think about this. Jalen Brunson took 26 shots tonight,
26
right?
shots.
Guess how many points he had?
Yeah,
24.
26. Yeah, that's
if it take you 26 shots to get, that's free throws, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If it takes you 26 shots to get 26 points, you ain't hooping, bro.
You ain't. I was about to say a name, but I ain't gonna say it because I don't want to have Rivia upset. So I'm gonna keep that name to myself.
Yeah, them RJ Barrett numbers, bro.
I didn't say it, Rivy. I didn't say it.
I was gonna say Damian.
Oh my God.
I was gonna say Damian Lillard type numbers when he's shooting back.
Oh, wait a minute. Hey, breaking news. Jalen Brunson at the basket. Jalen Brunson at the basket tonight, everybody. Breaking news.
Oh my God.
Jalen Brunson at the rim tonight, bro. Jalen Brunson at the rim. And listen, y'all know I'm joking. I'm kidding, of course, with Jalen Brunson, right? But the thing is, with JB tonight, bro, I think you gotta recognize, you gotta have more self-awareness, more court awareness. Right? There were some plays where Hartenstein had mismatches under the rim. Right? They were guarding, they switched out like 22 or 25 was out guarding Jalen Brunson. So that means a little guy was guarding Hartenstein. Right? But you want to rip through and throw up floaters at the rim. We gotta have a different awareness. And so these are the type things you learn as you become a champion. These are the type things you learn from your mistakes. You know what I'm saying? When he go back and watch the film, he's gonna be like, oh man, okay. Dante could have had 45 tonight, but I took 7 trips down the floor where I didn't pass to nobody and missed a shot when I should have just gave up the rock.
Yeah, you know, when you said that phrase, it makes me think about, you know, how assists aren't looked at like they used to be. You know, back in the days, you look at an assist, man. You had cats want to get that assist.
Yeah.
You know, and this would have been a game where, all right, my shot's not falling. Let me start dropping off these dimes.
Right.
You know, and you get that because the last game we had more scoring balance. You know, he went down, and everybody. I mean, like OG went. You know, he went dumb. You know, and unfortunately that hamstring, man, and
that's why I like when you be. That's why I like when you be up here, bro. You be talking that talk. Go ahead, talk that talk, bro. Talk that talk. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, Soulfinger. Talk that talk, bro. Matter of fact,
man.
I gotta when Soulfinger be talking that talk, I gotta play that air horn.
I'm just saying. He just went dumb.
Bro, go ahead.
You gotta have that balance, man. Because like I said, the more balance you have, that it can't key in on you. Oh, you want to double me? Oh, you want to blitz me? Well, check this out. My man open over here. Get him. You know, and then you can keep. Then once you open it, once they realize, oh, this blitzing and stuff ain't working. Now you go back to work.
Right. Hey, let me ask Cowboy Bob. Cowboy Bob, guess what? Guess how many players from the Knicks had double-digit shots tonight? Just guess. 2.
4.
Time's up.
I knew
2
it too.
players.
I knew it too.
2
JB
players had double-digit shots tonight. Guess how many players took 20 shots tonight? 2. Because they were the only 2 in double figures taking shots.
Mm-hmm.
Tonight, the offense was so out of balance. The offense was so out of balance. It was easy to defend by Indiana.
You can't blame that on not having OG.
That don't have nothing to do with
That don't have anything to do with injury. That has to go with execution and awareness, like you said earlier. Execution awareness. You got to step back and stop trying to force your game.
I'm surprised Cowboy Bob ain't pounding the table. That's his type of stat right there.
Yeah,
yo, you want to argue with Cowboy Bob for 2 hours? That's the kind of stat he'll bring up, right?
Yeah,
like
I'm surprised he ain't writing it down. Hey, where you pad the pen?
Talk about how where your notebook at? No, I got them right in front of me, but sometimes when I'm sitting here doing it, everyone says, "Oh, you keep saying the same stuff. Bring some new content." I said it. When we have more than 25 assists, we're doing good. When we are more in tune than being involved, we're good. When the team is rotating and the ball circulating, we're nasty.
We don't ever say.
Hey, y'all, did y'all catch Bob? Bob trying to get his Clyde on, rotating and what was it? He's trying to get his Clyde on over there.
What was the word he used?
Rotating was the other
Backdoor
word.
slides.
He said serendipitous.
Nah. That man, just hand that. That's a great man. I can't imitate him, man.
Yeah, they're
Okay,
trying to get your Bob
That's the
over there
one
trying
dude
to
I
be
know. For me, I'm just gonna be like,
yeah.
I'm just gonna shake his hand and be like, "Are you God?"
Bob over there trying to be a poet but didn't know it.
yeah,
Exactly.
he didn't know it.
Yeah, but it's just to me, man. That's
So he
crazy.
wrote
I
it
would have,
while he drunk some moet.
and it's crazy because you say
a
that,
snow at.
Listen to
you
some
say
Keith
that, but
Sweat.
it's crazy. We only got, we only had 3 people that didn't make double-digit points. I'm still like, how did we lose?
Imbalance.
Right, we didn't have balance, bro. We didn't have balance. We had 2 guys take 25 or more shots. And then players 3 through 8 that took shots, bro, they never took more than 8 shots.
And like I said, I was looking in the chat, and I don't, a lot of people don't agree with a lot of things they say all the time, but they have good points. But earlier in the chat, and I give him his props on this, Long Island Sound had one. He said if Brunson would have decided to pass more, up those assists, I'm paraphrasing, but assists more, probably could have pulled it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we would have pulled. Yeah, we would have pulled it.
We could have pulled it out. We could have pulled it out.
Again, that's why I want to run a knowledgeable basketball channel and not just a weird fan screaming stupid shit channel, right? Because we could have legit been up here crying about the refs. Man, the refs. Nah, it wasn't even about the refs, bro.
It wasn't even about the refs tonight. It wasn't the refs.
We gave Indiana the game because 2 people did all the scoring. So basically, you had 9 Indiana Pacers guarding 2 New York Knicks. Basically.
And how many times have we brought up about Brunson being narrow vision and how we sometimes we have to accept it, but for the most part, it does harm. Like even when you said it, when we get him in between a 5-point lead, whether it's plus we get the 5 points or minus.
If we got the lead, bro, if you got the lead, you don't have to put pressure on them.
Yeah,
pressure
and he
is
would do
naturally
it.
on them because the pressure is naturally on them because they are losing. Natural pressure, the game pressure is on them because they're behind. You don't need to assert more pressure on them. It's not college, bro. You don't win. You don't win like that. You don't win like that in the NBA, bro. You have to, you can't always blow people up. Sometimes you have to let them self-destruct.
You got to be patient with it, man. Patience is a virtue in this serious in the playoffs situation like this. And then the other thing is you don't have to just rely on a 3. Because how many times we see him come down and take a bad 3? We see more of that. Because if the lane is there, take it. But a lot of times we see what they do. They get down, you almost to the rack. Instead of taking the layup, what you do? They kick it out looking for the 3. Take if you throw your ball into the rafters, that's part of the game. Well. But when
that's why I went earlier when Cowboy Bob said Deuce is open under the rim by Miles Turner. Give it to him. No, Cowboy Bob, no. Keep that ball on and pull that ball back out. You got 10 seconds. Run a play.
No, it was cool because they made the shot.
Call for a pick, bro.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
But it's like fundamentals of something. A lot of times they forget the fundamentals of the game. Because why would I go dribbling down into the teeth of the defense instead of bagging it back up? We don't have the numbers. Don't have anybody underneath to help go crash the boards or whatever. That's basketball 1-on-1. That's simple.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But AB do. Burks come down. He said, "Okay, we don't have a shot. We bring this bad boy back out. Let's set it back up. Be patient, and then what we do, we get a score."
Yeah.
But you don't have to shoot 3s all from sun up to sundown.
Right.
I mean, granted, this is a new way to do it. That's the way they do it in the nowadays. But I still like some old school aspects, man, because the mid range is wide open. That's why you got a cat like DeRozan, whose career is now he's like a mid range assassin. That mid range is always it's right there. It's all nice, squishy, and gushy.
Yeah, the mid range is right there.
And that's the other thing we didn't get out of Iheart. Iheart didn't give us much in his little area. But again,
they weren't giving us.
Like I said, you said, Freeze. You broke it down. You got two players that had double figure scoring, shot over the ball, rock over 20 times. Well, nobody else was helping. Well, nobody else can help if you don't give them the pill.
Right. Right.
You know, you mad at me because you in a street fight, and you mad at you in a street fight. I didn't come to help you, but you didn't tell me where you were fighting at. What the hell?
Right.
And it's crazy because Brunson took more 3-pointers this game than he did pretty much all series. To me, like last game, he shot 4 3-pointers. And I was talking about him stepping up and allowing his teammates to be more involved, giving him his props. Now he comes out and goes for the 6 3-pointers. And his mid range was his best opportunity in the first 2 games. Now it's just bad. Like he went back to being as bad as he was with the Sixers the first 2 games. Like I don't know what's causing this reversion or.
I'm gonna shoot him some bail on that one, bro. I think he was clearly hobbled, bro. I think his
who I heart
Brunson.
Oh, Brunson. Oh yeah, Brunson he's hobbled, man, because he had no lift.
Brunson.
I was looking at a lot of those shots he normally hit.
Yeah, he was.
He was missing he's hobbled, man. Like I said earlier, he's not letting on how serious it is, nor is the Knicks gonna let it on. But he's gutting it out. But if he uses himself as a decoy, that can help. If, like I said, switch your game up. Use yourself as the decoy. That means everybody else needs to get hot and get busy. If I got Dante on fire, this cat here is like unconscious. He just went dumb. Yes, I'm going to feed him till he cools off. However, I'm going to involve everybody else. Deuce is starting to find his stroke. Okay, let me get him going. I need to get Deuce involved. Hey, I need that floater, man. I need that floater. Quit. Hey, don't let Turner punk. Okay, so a Turner block your shot, man. Get down in there. Don't let him punk you like that, man. Get down in there. Hey, Precious, let me hit you off that pick on. Hey, Precious, shoot your mid range. You can hit that. I'm not asking you to shoot the 3, not the 3, but get to that mid range area, top of the key, the Charles Oakley spot. Give me some of that. But if everybody else, if it became scoring as a team instead of relying on 2 people, because that's what you have to do now. We don't have those players that's in reserve that can really create and get you something. With OG gone right now, and that the defense is not going to be what it was before. You got to change the game. They had to change up the style of play. The players, that is. I'm pretty sure Tibbs calls the scheme that he's going to call, but they, being the players, have to come up and do other things and not rely so much on Brunson, especially in this situation with that foot, man.
I just think that they didn't need to do so much with Brunson, especially if his foot was lingering. I felt that he should have trusted more with Precious and Burt. Like they should have been more involved offensively to where it should have never been that way, because him taking more 3-pointers, him taking more shots, it was like, and you're still missing, you wasn't that effective, man. You could have taken less shots and gotten more people involved to where we could have won. We only lost by 5.
Yep, we only lost by 5. And the Pacers did any and everything they could for that win. They were like, man, it was like, what was it? You remember the opening scene of Last Boy Scout?
Mm-hmm.
When old boy's running and he trying to
pulls out the gun,
yeah, and starts shooting every. That's basically what the Pacers were doing, man. They had to get the Last Boy Scout on, bro. Like I said, their defense is not like that, man. They don't have that. They're not known as a defensive team like that. Can they make the stops? Yeah, but a lot of their game is predicated on speed, running up and down the court and everything. So again, like you were saying, like we all in agreement. If the Knicks bring the next game, Knicks bring more balanced scoring, it's a wrap.
And it's also with the transition. When they got into their run, do we even remember how long it was? Like in the third quarter when they had their lead and we came back, it was like we were spending like 4 or 5 minutes to come back, when basically what I'm trying to say is we would have 2 opportunities to score, come down, miss a shot. They'd come back, try to score. We would grab the rebound and then create a turnover. But we would do like 2-3 times. We would give up an opportunity on our end to where they would score either the first time or the second time down. Like we were slowly giving them away the game, to where instead of us just closing out on a transition play, we would create a turnover, or we would slow it down, miss our opportunity, try to get a rebound, and then give them another opportunity to where it was like, what are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
So for
Hey,
me,
real
it
quick.
was just like we were giving it away to them, like coming down, shooting an unnecessary shot or a
Well, yeah.
contested shot. Like,
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Exactly. I agree with you on that, Bob. Shout out real quick to my man. I hadn't seen him since the arc was a 4x4. My man Sam Granderson. What's going on, bro? And shout out to the Troll King himself, Delano Steele, DSJ, the original DSJ, Delano Steele Jr. So,
Shout out
you know,
DSJ.
man, look, you said I gotta agree with you, Bob. You know, it's got to come down to balance, man. Especially in this situation, we shorthanded and everything. I was looking at what we had left on the bench. And that's because that leaves Shake.
Sims
What's
played, but
no, yeah, no. I mean, Sims got in to deal with it. Alex said Sims got exactly what I was looking for him to get. When we discussed this yesterday, and I know Cash was thinking, "Oh, you're talking about playing them." No, man, you're gonna give them those are bodies to get these players a breather. That's all we need. Because I know Sherman was like, they ain't gonna see none of the floor. He said Burks wasn't gonna see the floor. I told him Burks gonna see the floor. You can't keep running all these people out like that. I understand, you don't like certain players, but Burks got out there, and I was really expecting Burks to give him a little breather. Burks actually gave us some quality minutes. Now,
and he didn't last the fourth quarter, which got me mad because we had 7 minutes left.
yeah,
And Unc's like, should we keep Burks in? And I'm like, yeah, keep him in for the next 2 minutes. And then we bring in Brunson, and then it just after that 2 minutes, it's like he missed 2 shots, and then they took him out immediately.
yeah, that's what I didn't like that either. And I was like, okay, he missed a couple of shots, but that last shot he meant the position wasn't the greatest.
Yeah,
because he had to kind of shoot that in a hurry because the way the clock was ticking. It's gonna be an adjustment, man. Because now it's kind of like they playing with they practice together, but they don't work together. So they'll get it on the fly. And the good thing is Burke's been in the playoffs. Oh, excuse me, been in the playoffs. He's a 13-year veteran, so he looked all right to me. So all right, man. Look, if we can get that fourth quarter Jordan action back, then man, look, I'm good. If he can just stay steady, because I'm gonna tell you, when Bogey went down, man, that hurt me because that hurt. I was like, man, that's gonna be tremendous because that's our bench. Bogey was getting us some quality minutes, when he was going and that experience, man. Because in Utah, man, Bogey had some battles and he come off the bench and was lighting cats up. So
and he was showing defense too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bogey started showing. He was like, wait a minute. People said Bogey couldn't play defense, but he proved us wrong on that one.
Not saying he was getting steals and blocks, but he was contesting more. He was closing out better. His footwork looked a lot better.
Oh, he had a couple of blocks. He had a couple of blocks before he got hurt.
He only had 2 blocks, and one of them was before he got hurt.
That's what I said. He had a couple of blocks. I was saying a couple of blocks. He said he don't block, but he had a couple of blocks, and he made a couple of steals, and being in the right place to cause a bad pass. He was doing his thing. He was moving his feet. And then when he got dove into going for the ball and rolled up on him, I was like, damn.
Yeah.
But we've been fighting injuries, man. Like I said, this is a tough team, man. All I'm saying is the league is on notice because they don't want to see this team healthy.
The league is definitely on notice. Definitely.
They do not want to see this team healthy, man. They don't want we know there's gonna be some changes. We're gonna get somebody else in there that can contribute. But what we got right now is I like the team, what we have. They're gonna go back to the drawing board. I guarantee you right now, Tibbs is looking at film right now.
I know.
Yo, hey, Sam Granderson in the chat. Did somebody shout out Sam?
Yeah. I saw.
Okay. Yeah, man. Shout out to Sam, man, for sure. Hey, y'all, I gotta get out of here, man. I got an early morning, man. I gotta do some civic. I gotta do some civic work in the morning, man.
Okay.
So I'm gonna call it right here, man.
Can I just make one quick point? Randall, can you please talk to Brunson and get him back into the forum because he played better when you spoke to him. Thank you. Go New York. Go New York. Go.
You see Freezy face?
Okay. Yeah, man. All right, hey, thank you everybody for coming through. Playback TV was dope, man. I advise if y'all want to hear us really break down the game, man, check us out on Playback TV, bro. We be really talking that basketball talk for sure. On there, man. So thank you everybody for coming through. Peace, everybody.
All right, easy.